Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dada. And in this video, what I'd like to do is give you a few tips, a few tricks, so to speak, on final exams coming from a perspective of mindfulness. As you know, I'm a big practitioner of mindfulness. And I think with a few of these trips, we can shave off maybe 5% or 10% or maybe even 20% off of the stress of final exams. So stay tuned. Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Dada, and we are at the end of the academic year, and students all across the United States are in your position where you have done the unthinkable. You have gone to school during the pandemic. You have survived. You have succeeded during the pandemic. And now you're on the edge of final exams. And I know a lot of us are tired. A lot of us are exhausted. A lot of us are ready for summer to begin. Um, Me too. Uh, but what I want to do in this video is talk to you about a few tips or tricks about using mindfulness or meditation practices for final exams. So just a couple of things to clarify in terms of terminology. Uh, Mindfulness is a way of life of paying moment to moment attention to what's happening in the here and now. And ideally, that moment to moment awareness is done with gentleness and compassion for ourselves and others. And so mindfulness can apply to anything that we do. It can apply to the way we listen to one another. We can listen to one another with mindfulness. It can apply to the way that you might be cooking your favorite meal, where you're carefully, delicately mixing ingredients, being in that moment, getting things just right. That's all mindfulness. So there can be mindfulness applied to anything in life. Meditation, on the other hand, is a tool to focus your concentration and to focus your awareness in that moment. And so when you're listening to somebody, you can be focusing on their every word, concentrating on those words and those phrases, concentrating on the tone of their words, concentrating on the empathy behind those words. And so meditation is a tool to help us practice or sharpen our life of living mindfully, of living with moment to moment awareness. And typically, meditation starts with the breath. And the breath has a lot of benefits as an object of meditation. The breath is always with us. It is literally the first thing that we do in this life. It is the last thing that we will do in this life. The breath is always with us. It is portable. And when we are breathing in and breathing out, it is always inherently in the present moment. You can't breathe in yesterday or breathe out tomorrow. You have to breathe in the here and now. And so the breath grounds us and puts us in our bodies as we seek to use the breath as that object of awareness or that object of meditation. Um, and so, just to get into the flow, let me invite you to join me for a quick moment of meditation. Let me ask if you can just find a place to sit quietly and comfortably for the next couple of minutes. You can settle into your chair or couch, and I'm going to settle into my chair right now. And let me invite you to gently close your eyes, or maybe have them halfway open like a cat, and just gently settle into your body. Just gently settle into your meditation position. Just feeling the weight of the body, the gravity of the body, just holding you in place. Just gently noticing where your hands are, gently noticing where your feet or shoes are making contact with the floor. And just beginning to check in with the body, seeing how the body feels. There's a phrase, the body keeps score. Body records all our feelings, good and bad. So just gently check in with your body and see how your body is feeling, how your body is doing. And if there's any part of your body that needs any extra attention or loving kindness, let me invite you just to send that part of your body a little bit of tender, loving care right now. And now let me invite you to gently shift your focus to your breathing, just noticing the rhythm of the in breath and the rhythm of the out breath. Just following your breath as your object of awareness. And let me give you about 30 more seconds just to continue to follow the breath on your own. Excellent. And when you are ready, let me invite you to gently open your eyes, gently move and stretch as we settle back into our time together. And that quick meditation exercise brings me actually to my first tip on meditation for final exams. Tip number one, breathe and relax. And before you click on that Blackboard online exam, or before you open up that blue book, just take a moment to pause and allow yourself to breathe. Allow your lungs and belly to fill with nourishing oxygen. Give yourself that moment. Now, final exams can be anywhere from 90 minutes to 3 hours, and setting the tone can be everything. And so, just taking that moment to breathe in and breathe out, whether it's 20 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute, the exam is not going to go anywhere. That exam is going to stay right in front of your desk or right on your laptop. But breathe and settle into that moment. That's tip number one. Tip number two, with an exam, especially a final exam, and you're looking at 90 minutes to 3 hours, you've got to pace yourself. A final exam is, in some sense, like a marathon. And the final exam might have 3 questions or 5 questions or 10 questions. And so, my second tip is to pace yourself and pause from question to question. And so after you're done with the first question, take a moment to regroup, take a moment to breathe again, just for a few seconds, just to gather your thoughts, collect your thoughts, and to be in that moment, and then jump into the next question. There's plenty of time to take exams, and more often than not, you're probably going to finish early. And there's a bit of a paradox to meditation. The paradox is less is more. The more you sort of sit down and pause and do nothing just for those first few seconds, that paradoxically gets more done because you become more efficient, more focused, more grounded in the moment. So, tip number two is to pause from question to question and pace yourself and not run through everything for the whole exam, just jumping from question to question to question. Pause and give yourself that moment to regroup and recenter and breathe. And the third tip that I would recommend for final exams is maybe the hardest tip. And that tip is when you are done with the exam, when you have clicked submit, when you have handed in that blue book, my last tip is to gently relax and let go. Hand in the exam, click submit, and let it go. Let it go out of your mind, let it go out of your thought process, having the confidence, the awareness that you did your best. Um, it's easy to overthink things. It's easy to rethink things after an exam. Did I answer it that way? Did I do that right? Did I do that wrong? And although that's intellectually, curious thought, it can serve to create more stress. It can serve to create more anxiety. And the last thing that I want you to do is um, outguess yourself or outthink yourself, especially when the exam is over and you've just got to let it go to the universe. Now, these tips are certainly not going to solve all of the stress of final exams, but if you can regroup and just catch your breath and meditate for maybe a minute or 30 seconds before you start the exam, you can get more into the zone, more into the moment. And then if you pause from question to question and just allow yourself to catch your breath, you're going to be able to pace yourself a little bit better. And then lastly, once you're done with the exam, trust yourself. Know that you did your best and release it and let go. Maybe even reward yourself. Take the afternoon off, treat yourself to a nice meal, maybe phone your best friend and just chew the fat. Ultimately, meditation is a tool not only of concentration and awareness, but it's a tool to listen to ourselves, listen to our bodies, listen to what we need. And so when you're meditating, when you're practicing breath awareness, if your body is speaking, listen to your body. If you're hungry for a particular food, let your body have that food. If your body is telling you that you're tired, give yourself that extra hour of sleep and don't stay up all night cramming. Practice self care, practice self love. And I think meditation can help shave some of the stress off of final exams. And that's all that I have for you guys. If you liked this video, please click like as I grow this YouTube channel. In the meantime, I have so much confidence you are going to do very well on finals wherever you are. May you go in peace, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.